Hey, good evening, everybody. Just thought I'd throw out a Dead Linger. Been kind of busy. Haven't put out as many videos as we're used to seeing, but I thought, let's put one out. I've been rewatching the stream from the Sony 12-hour live stream, so I was like, gee, I wonder when these guys are going to do a live stream from their studio so we can see their behind the scenes. I was trying to think, what is it I want to do? I've been working on barricading, and we've tried getting inside the air duct and stuff for this place, and I don't think we can anymore. So I was thinking, well, let's go back and finish barricading. So I've got my axe. Let's see here. Handgun is necessary. Let's go ahead and put the axe for now. I'll take the hammer. Part of me wants to take that 22. So I'm gonna go get some wood. How are we doing on food? I should be fine, because every time you leave and then come back in, your food bar is good. The battery's going down, so let's head on down. Let's go find some trees, and then let's go kill whatever zombie happens to have come back and is. Oh, well, that's interesting. My barricading has changed. Those were definitely not that far up. Yeah, I'm not worried about food. We're duplicating really well. The thing that I'm still complaining about is barricading. Just because, it's such an integral part, I think, to a game like this. I've already talked why I like it. So let me tell you where my disappointment lies is in the fact that, I'm not going to quote anybody from Sandswept. I just remember reading somewhere that barricading was not a top priority. I'll put it that way. That's what I remember hearing. And just because of that, I'm going to go pop a zombie because I'm a little bit upset about that whole barricading thing. So, as I was watching the stream, the H1Z1 stream, I know, why am I talking about that? I'm playing Dead Linger. I'll tell you why I'm talking about it. Their stream, the whole point, well, not the whole point, but one of the things they wanted to do in the stream was integrate a feature that the Reddit community said, hey, let's, vote on something and we'll see if we can put it in. Let me save my flashlight here. And of course, what they voted on was barricading. Ooh. Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. So they have crafting and stuff, but specifically the idea of barricading came up. And I'm going to shoot these two guys. So I am getting some zombies to come back. So it's not like I've completely eradicated the area. So there's still some danger here, which is fine. The idea was to put the barricading as such that I would have a safe environment there at the Lelands, which it pretty much is, to be quite honest. I feel pretty safe that I could get them stuck on obstacles and I could kill them, except maybe for the ones that shift all the way up. You can't kill the zombies by hitting them in the body. You still have to hit them in the head, and I don't know how successful that would be with them being blocked on their head, essentially. Now, see, this is one thing that the Dead Linger zombies do that I think is great compared to, say, what I saw in the H1Z1. The way they climb over stuff is so creepy, and it's great. It makes sense. They're not running for an open door. They're just like, oh, here's an obstacle. Let me climb over it. And that, to me, is what the zombies should do. What they're doing right now in the H1Z1 is they're coming to like a fence obstacle, and then they are running, sprinting, whatever, the zombie sprint, for the nearest doorway, essentially. But this, to me, makes more sense. Like, I think this is great. I really like what they've done with their zombies here as far as that goes. The way they climb through windows and things, the way they climb under stuff, it just makes sense compared to what I'm seeing in the H1Z1. So that's not saying they can't do that in H1Z1. I just don't think anyone has watched the zombie performance here. I might have to get onto the Reddit and say, hey, will the zombies be climbing over stuff like they do in the Dead Linger? Oh, well, I know why. Why would you do that? Why would you tell your competitor? So never mind. Let's not do that. Because that's part of the charm I'm talking about with the Dead Linger. It's just they've put in an axe store for me. Nice. You know, part of that charm is a Dead Linger has spent a lot of time working on their zombies, whether it be the large amounts, the hordes that you see sometimes. There's just so much the Dead Linger that I still respect and admire that I'm waiting to see, you know, the fixes come in that make the game more stable and more enjoyable to play, such as fixed barricading, which would then lead to structures. Oh, okay, so speaking of the barricading, so what they're doing in the H1Z1, which is something that I've advocated here a little bit, is anchor points. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. I think I can turn that flashlight. Oh, it is off. Let me go show you what I was talking about here, an anchor point. We've got some wood. I'm going to get another thing of wood, I think. Get a little more wood, and then we'll talk about anchor points. I think when I say the term anchor point, I think you can kind of maybe guess. Let's see if I can knock this over. Yeah. See, some of the stuff that they're showing in the H1Z1 doesn't look like you can interact with the world quite the same way. It doesn't look like you can push on things. Not everything in this game is pushable, but they've put a lot of stuff in here that you can kind of interact with. I don't think I noticed this. What's this on the ground? Cannon beans. Have I even gone through these houses? Because I know after time the doors close and then I can't tell if I've been in here or not. Yeah, I think I've been in here. Usually if there's a gun, that means I probably came through and took the ammo. You know, the cowboy hat. Let me just check here. Let's see how much wood I picked up. Oh, I can get quite a bit more. Alright. We'll get one more tree. I almost sounded like I heard a zombie. I took the rifle. I haven't talked about anchor point yet. Don't worry. I'll get back to anchor points. I took the rifle with me because part of me was thinking if I see a deer, I don't have the right rifle for it though, but if I see a deer, I want to shoot it, kill it, skin it, and then go take its succulent meat. Tree. There's a tree. Let's grab that tree. And then I'll talk about anchor points. I want to get some wood and then go show you anchor points. The theory. Ugh, I went about that the wrong way. Oh, fences. Whoops. Are you between the fences? Yeah. Oh. Crud. That's not quite what I had hoped. Alright, let's go. As they decide how best they want to get at me. Doing better. Usually I'm getting all tore up with zombies, but we're doing really well here. My infection level should be... Oh, I have some infection level. Normally my infection resets all the way to 0 when I leave a game and come back in, so I'm wondering if that did not happen this time, or did I take a little bit of damage I wasn't aware of? I probably took some damage I wasn't aware of. I should have checked it when I came in, because, I mean, that's not like a terrible amount, but it seems like I've died from less. Okay, let's chop this one. I should be good for wood after I get this one. Oh yeah, look how many pieces that dropped. Oh, and now I'm full. Excellent. That's what we want. I'll save that. Oh, wait. if I can move the, check it out. Let me move the ammo, just reorganize a little bit. Move that and that. I can grab 2 more. Can I get a third? I don't think I can rearrange anymore. I think that's gonna be it. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at this house here. Here's what their idea of anchor points. Let's take a look here at the door, for instance. Let's find a door that's got some light to it. What they're saying is, one of the things they had right now was they could place an object in the world, and real similar to Dead Linger, you can kind of rotate it however you want and place it on any axis, and therefore you could stick like a wall you constructed and stick it in a blocking position, say over a doorway, and then boom, you've got yourself an obstacle in the way. Now what they're doing, which is what I suggested Dead Linger should do, is have a snap system. Now mine wasn't necessarily called anchor points, but it was like you could turn off a imaginary grid system that objects would snap to. Kind of like, say on your Windows desktop, when you turn on the snap to alignment for your icons, you can either place them wherever you want or hit on the snap feature and they align to an imaginary grid. So that's what the anchor points are. They are spots on, say, a doorway or like an open garage section here. Just wherever there's an opening, windows for instance, that when you go to place your item, it snaps to that spot. So let's say you had an anchor point here, maybe an anchor point here. I'm not quite sure. I haven't got that far in my 12-hour streamathon yet to see how they were implementing anchor points, but that was kind of the thought. You put a point, and then when you take that wall or that 2x4 or that sheet of plywood and you go to place it in the doorway, instead of having the infinite amount of positions and arguing with that piece of plywood to position it, it would just snap to an anchor point. And I thought that was brilliant. Now, that's kind of what I was suggesting that they do for the Dead Linger, is they put that imaginary grid, so it's not quite anchor points, but it's a very similar concept. You just put your piece of wood, 2x4, plywood sheet, whatever it is, up, turn on that imaginary grid system, and then it just snaps to those imaginary points, and you don't have to worry about it getting caught on a door. Because see, that's the biggest problem I have sometimes, is just finding that, you know, correct alignment of wood and placing it in a spot so it doesn't get like stuck and then turn all wonky. I spend more time just trying to get it close to a spot, whereas if I had the quote-unquote anchor points or snap to grid, I would just turn on that feature, place the item how I want it, and then I could turn it off and then go back to placing it in that infinite amount of directions that I want. So let me see what is here. Okay, this is, oh well, we definitely need to have some kind of door right here. Okay, I don't see any zombies immediately in the area, so let's do some crafting here. Craft. Now I'm gonna save, I forgot how big these are. I'm gonna save at least 3 pieces of that wood because I want to make, hold on, I get so paranoid because these things really do come out of nowhere sometimes, but I want to save 3 of these sections of wood because, oh, I didn't want to drop it. Okay, good, I didn't delete it. I wanted to open crafting. I just want to make a fire up on the top of my Lelands here. And while I was out and about, I didn't see a deer or a buck, whatever they call it. So, not too worried about using it for cooking food, but I am wanting to have it just for the illusion of a warm campfire. Alright, so let's put the hammer on. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so I'll drop that into the world, which is fine, because I'll pick it up. I'm going to turn my flashlight on for this part here. So let's see, this is how my example of anchor points would work. See, right now, I have the unlimited view. Now, in how I envision the option for Dead Linger would be, I could hit like the tab key or whatever key I bind it to, and then boom, it snaps that imaginary grid. So when I rotate it, it's like snap, 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 snap. And when I place it up here, like against a wall, see, it doesn't get all wonky and move on its own. It just snaps into place. Okay, that was pretty terrible, but you know, it's a complicated system that they have here. So let's drop some of this wood. Pick it up, rotate it. Oop, that was not the rotate key. Rotate it, drop it down. Yeah, I keep hitting the wrong key. It just takes a lot of work to try and swing them into place. I'm going to change that one because that one just looks terrible. Oh, that wasn't much better. But I mean, fortunately, with the zombies, you know, you just gotta place a few, and it seems to do a pretty good job of stopping them. Let's see here. And then we'll come back at some point and see how it's shifted. You know, it's just the way it is. But that might help them keep from coming in that way. Okay, it says I'm getting hungry. I'll go upstairs pretty soon and grab some food. I don't see any zombies there. Now, I have my rifle, so let's just swap that out momentarily. So I've done a lot of I think that's the last, that's the batch of houses I just came from. And I got somebody following me. I don't think I did a good job of reloading. So I've explored those. I believe I've explored those pretty much. And I don't think I've done them yet. Except for the one house there and where I got some wood. So I'll probably have to go back. And I'm pretty almost for sure that I have not gone to those at all. Maybe run through them on the way here. And it looks like we've got farm stuff out there, which is great. And then I got this guy. Alright. Now, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to build the fire. I probably won't build the fire this time, simply because when I build the fire, it's going to be like an experiment, because I want to see if the zombies actually see that fire. And I'm just doing a quick inspection. Now, I haven't even come close to really starting to barricade the back. I'm not sure if they would climb this, so I'll probably will have to put some wood here. You know, and same here. I think probably, let's see here, what would be best and what I could probably get away with. Oh, I'll probably have to barricade those. Thought I saw somebody. I know, I'm paranoid. Well, there's my... You know, it's like it really doesn't matter as long as I've got my upstairs kind of protected. But yeah, at some point, though, we're going to have to finish barricading these external ways in and out as well. Oh, hey. Hey, we got company coming from the farm. Yeah, so that's just a plain old door. Yep, we're going to barricade that after I shoot him. I'm getting better. I feel like I'm getting better at shooting them. You know, you kind of start to get a feel for the mechanics a little bit. because that crosshair is pretty thick. It's not like a super fine line, so you put your crosshair on it, just kind of covers the entire head, which seems to work good enough. So let's go ahead and real quick, like, board up here. Yeah, let's just let's save a couple for somewhere else. I probably don't need that many. Alright, so we're going to rotate the wood and switch to the hammer. Okay, see, that just started getting all funky on its own. See if you kind of catch it on the door frame, and you know, you gotta play with it. You kind of start to figure out some of the little intricacies here. That doesn't make it good. It just means you're a little more patient than other days. But kind of alternate. Well, that's fine, because actually I think there, that is barricaded. Can I jump it? I can jump on it. Alright, that ain't gonna work. Alright, so let's sprint around to the front, head on upstairs, and get ready to log out. I mean, that's probably the only real drawback to barricading, is the fact that I make it so secure. What is that? Oh, signpost. The only problem is you're going to make it so secure, it's difficult for you to get inside your own fortification at some point. So we'll go ahead and just pop in here. However, I do have to admit that I don't think I've had any zombies breach this part of the... That scared me. As I was saying before I scared myself, I don't think I've had any zombies breach inside the Lelands yet, even though it's not completely barricaded. So we've done something right. And I'm still debating on if I want to try and drag some furniture over and start to make these like little apartments. Where's that sunlight coming from? Still got the duct tape. Yeah, I will. I'll still make these little apartments. I feel like I got sunlight creeping in from somewhere. Alright, let's head on up. And at some point, what would be real smart too would be to barricade that. You know, like put one or two that you have to jump, so at least they'll be slowed down a little bit while I wake up and grab a weapon. Okay. Yeah, so we'll build a fire next time, and the reason why I'm going to build a fire next time is mostly because I'm out of time now, but as the day comes in, I just want to see if the zombies can see the fire from up here, because that was kind of one of the thoughts when we were talking about like a Walmart or something, is, you know, depending on where you're at, I mean, obviously if you're up on those hills, you know, you'll see the fire, but if you're down ground level, how easily can you see the fire? I mean, it seems like if you're out there you could see it, but like as the zombies get closer and closer, you know, there's a certain point out here where you can't see the fire. So probably what I'll do is like make the fire and then go down to ground level just to kind of see how far away you could potentially see a fire that was built up here on the Lelands, or maybe how to conceal it a little bit. I don't know if I could. I don't think I can. I tried jumping up here. I can't jump up here. Almost. Because I was like, man, you know, if I could just conceal it in something a little bit too, I would technically have heat like an oven. If I could make an oven out of one of these things, that would be great. Alright, so there it is. Got some wood, did some barricading, conversated about some stuff about the game, made plans for next time, make our fireplace, see what kind of stuff we can learn from that. And everything you do, see, the thing is, you got to understand with the Dead Linger, especially if you've just stumbled upon this and you haven't really watched much of the Dead Linger, it's a broken game because it's in early alpha. So it's constantly under development. So when you play, there's really not a game plan. You know, there's no end of game. Even the survival aspects have broken things to them. You know, duplicating items, food, hunger bars that reset and whatnot. So a lot of times it's like making plans for how you want to play the game when it actually starts to get fixed up. You know, all of this is like pre-runs, is what you've got to call this. This particular guy, I think I started a couple times. Like I've died a couple times when Build 13 first came out because I was really curious in how you do the respawning and getting equipment. But pretty much I haven't really died because of zombies or anything like that in a really, really long time, because I'm starting to develop my own survival techniques, you know, for my environment. So as they start to implement harsher death penalties and stuff like that, I have figured out ways how I could recuperate my losses. So that's pretty much what we're doing here, is preparing and getting practiced up in anticipation for when the game is fixed and working, and then we can really get down to surviving. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So thanks for watching. You know, leave some comments if you want. You know, where do you see yourself? You know, are you playing the Dead Linger, still playing it? Are you waiting on a build? How do you spend your time waiting for the builds to come out? You know, share some thoughts. Are you playing other games? I think my daily Dead Linger hasn't quite been as daily because I've encountered some new games I'm going to try out, and I'm waiting on the new builds. But, you know, I'm still playing, still enjoying it. So, you know, share your thoughts. But I'll see you later. Bye.